And these are the people that they work over here in this building here, or possibly somewhere around the area, coming over, just monitoring, surveilling. There's a lot of people involved in this crime because, and this is something that I don't think a lot of people are actually talking about because they don't really know why you're being gang stalked, if you're being gang stalked. Most of the people who are being gang stalked are black women, and I don't really care who likes it or dislikes it. If you're on YouTube and you're new, just be very, very careful about entertaining men who claim to be targeted, who say they want to help you, who say that, they're going through the same things. YouTube and this whole platform for targeted individuals, it started out legitimate. It started out where these are people, a place where people could go who were going through the same thing, to talk to other people who were going through the same issues and having the same problems. But there was a certain time when I believe these people decided they were going to try to use this platform for a recruiting location for sex trafficking, primarily for sex trafficking. A lot of the people, especially the guys on this platform who are claiming to be targeted, are pimps. They're pimps and recruiters for sex trafficking, and it's perfect because you have a lot of black women coming on, giving out a lot of their information about, their circumstances and their living arrangements, their status with their family and friends, really allowing people to see and hear just how they're living, how vulnerable they are. And then you typically have men come in and start trying to, pretend to be your friend and pretend to be going through the same thing and wanting to reach out and wanting to, link up and things like that. Which is one of the main reasons why I stopped engaging with people from YouTube, because they were mostly fraud. Just to name a few, if you want to look out for these people: Ocho Houston. He is definitely a perp. He is in my opinion, he is a pimp. He is working for the sex trafficking industry, and he just look at his background. If you ever get a comment from him, it's Ocho Houston, 1992 or something, 1982 or something like that. Just be very careful. Sims Yahuda, he's another one that is a pimp. He's a recruiter for the sex trafficking industry. And that's just to name a few. There's a couple of other that I can't remember right off the bat. Michael Barola, he's a pimp and a rapist. He's out in California. And if you notice, most of these people are out in these states where sex trafficking is in its all-time high. Dallas, Houston, Texas, Florida, California. These areas are hot spots for sex trafficking because they're close to the border and it's easy for them to come in and out with what they're doing. But as far as this new age sex trafficking, which is what I've been suffering from, it doesn't matter if you're near the border or not. But this is just to name a few. There's another one, black man that is friends with Michael Barola. I can't remember his handler name right now, but I'll definitely find that and get you guys that. And just all the names of those who I know personally are indeed pimps. But there was a story that came out about an ex-WNBA player that goes by the name of Cappie Poindexter. She played out here in Arizona, and they won a championship. Very popular. She's kind of like the female LeBron James. And she recently, it was maybe like last year, almost last year, came out and made it known that she had been sex trafficked by LeBron James. I encourage you guys to go look that story up. Her name is Cappie Poindexter, WNBA ex-player. And she came out on her Instagram. She didn't come out and make a professional, statement. She just came out on her Instagram because she had said she had been missing for 2 years. So these people that are behind this gang stalking, these Freemasons, Illuminati, these secret societies, they actually kidnapped her and was attempting MK Ultra on her. She is under MK Ultra. For those of you who do not know what MK Ultra is, I suggest, especially if you are a female, you go and you look that up. MK Ultra. Go and look that up. Educate yourself about what that is, because it is heavily tied with the porn industry for women and sex trafficking for women. So you definitely want to know what that is. You want to educate yourself about those things ASAP. But anyway, she came out and said that she was being sex trafficked by LeBron James. She had very specific information. She talked about Beyonce. She talked about all these other women that are in the industry who are being sex trafficked as well. For those of you who are not familiar with Britney Spears' story, here recently she came out and said that she was also being sex trafficked by her own family while she was being held captive in her home under a conservatorship. So again, if you guys haven't gotten your minds right and realized that this America and the U.S. is funded by these crimes, sex trafficking, $1 billion industry, the drug industry, which consistently continues to go on and on and on and on and on and never ever stop, then you need to get your head on right. You need to get your head. A business doesn't become $1 billion industry every year if they're not being able to have immunity and to operate the way they want to operate. So look that story up. Start trying to connect the dots as to why you're being gang stalked. And you may not be targeted just yet for these things, but make no mistake about it. There is a method to why you're being gang stalked. There is a reason. It has been planned out, and it